This is Philippe Conil from RWS. Let's talk about OneDemo 2022 R1. This is our new OneDemo demonstration environment for our partners and for pre-sales to demonstrate the latest features of Tridion sites and Tridion docs to our customers. So let's look at what's new and dive right in. Let's look at OneDemo 2022 R1, latest features and software installed. So first of all, we have Tridion Docs 14SP4 and hotfixes. We have Tridion Sites 9.6 with hotfixes as well. We have DXA 2.2, both the Java and .NET implementations of it on the example websites. Plus we have the regular Soto Panels website on DXA.net. This demo includes the previous docs-only demo environment with content sets and add-ons for different verticals and the add-ons from professional services so that you can do more with the environment. The insurance website is one of the biggest additions on this demo environment with the semantic search experience, which we implemented using React. Tridion Sites integration with Trados Enterprise for translation. So you can use that for machine translation, quick demonstration of sending a few components for translation. We have 5 target languages that you can use. And for translation review, you would need a Trados Enterprise account. So we can help you with that. Please request an account if you need. We also have Elasticsearch 7.1 and other software that we upgraded and enabled in the environment. Now let's look at the release notes. So you have access to the release notes on the community partners forum. So definitely we have some details about the new features of Docs itself. We updated third-party licenses for Oxygen, Xmetal, and Antenna House Formatter. Additional sample content sets for Tridion Docs for different verticals, add-ons from RWS Professional Services. We have native strongly typed model support in GraphQL Content API, some experience space improvements like search, translation, breadcrumb, folder publishing, and archiving of headless content. There's a new core service REST API, and of course the semantic AI and semantic search. That's the main part of this demo. We enabled it on sites and docs via the pull party connector. There's bulk and single item smart tagging in Docs collective spaces, Docs publication manager, and sites experience space. Taxonomy space using a separate centralized pull party AWS instance, which we manage, is accessible to RWS pre-sales only. There's a dedicated demonstration video for this, which you can have a look at in the demonstration video links. This particular folder to help you to disable all the Tridion sites and Tridion Docs Windows services to save on memory. So if you're running, demoing just sites or just docs, you can stop the rest of the services to save on memory. Because if you do not do that, so if you keep both sites and docs running, then we recommend that you have a higher grade instance type in AWS, so the T2 2x large with 32 gigs if you're running both sites and docs. And there are some demo scripts available for docs directly in the instance. All right, so let's illustrate a few of these points. So the main thing is semantic search. So there's a dedicated video on this, but if you want a quick look, you can go into sjob.com/AI. So that gives you the insurance website, which is new. It has a few pieces of content here and detail pages for the different products. And the search bar, that's the semantic search where you can start typing for car and finding auto or just look for policy, bodily injury, etc. And you can find both sites and docs results in there, as well as the faceted search. And then click on the results to go to the detail pages. It showcases this semantic search capabilities based on the smart tagging that was done in the backend. So this is leveraging the GraphQL API that is new in 9.6 for semantic search specifically. But on the backend, you can actually tag your content. So we have in draft space, publication manager, and the XML client tools, you can actually tag your content. If you show the optional fields here, you see the taxonomy over there, and you can then get tag suggestions through AI by clicking the suggest tags button and then refine the selection, or you can browse the external taxonomy repository. That's quite easy to use to really tag content more effectively using the external pull party taxonomy management. And we have the same thing on sites. So you have some pull party external taxonomies that you can manage. You can look at the alternative labels and so on. Right, so if we take one of these components, we can check the metadata and see the classification. You can also smart tag content just by using the auto classify option here or opening an item. And you see there was a new option for opening items in a separate window, which you can use as well. But here in Sites, you would have this suggest tag button as well to tag your content automatically, or you can browse the external taxonomy as well. So there's a new content set for insurance in the insurance folder. You can check all the different components there in Tridion. In Tridion Docs, there are multiple content sets. You have the marketing collateral. This is interesting because it has a lot of collective spaces, annotations and suggestions and comments to the content. So if we look at this, you see there are conditions, but also lots of comments and suggestions here. And the new thing in Docs is that you can then apply the proposed suggestion directly within the text. So here we have 9th generation. If I click, it becomes 10th. I didn't have to type anything. So for this simple use case, I could have typed, but when you have something more complex like this suggestion here you just click and it's applied for you. So that saves a lot of time. There are other content types, manufacturing, life sciences, and then MathML examples, learning and training, and so on. So very nice content set for Docs in this release. There's also the latest capabilities in the Tridion Sites Content API. So you can check how to query a full page. And that's really nice because then you can get finally the regions within your pages structure. And you can also use this type name property to find out which types of components are within a particular region so that you can then query the content for those particular items. So here we have in the banner region, we have an item list component, for example. So we could look at the item list structure and start to query this. So you have all the list of fields that were defined in Tridion Sites in the schema are now available on the front end as well for developers to query that content and show the content in the mobile app or in SPA, etc. So that's very nice to use. And you can see here for the offering, I have my product region, I have an offering component, and therefore I can dive into the fields and decide what to show in the output. So I have title, headline, body, etc. So that's super nice to work with. I have another example here where you can get a single page region. So you can filter regions by name and only get those back. So here I focus on the product region and really get only the offering components that I want to retrieve there. And I ignore the rest of the content from that page. That's also very nice to extract content, pieces of content that you want to display as teasers or in particular channels. So I think one demo is pretty much packed with new features because the software is also including lots of additions. You have the in-experience space, you have search, which is now available. We have the translation capabilities, which are new, which you can use as well. So if you go into, for example, press releases, you can see the translation tab and all the content is out of date. So we're now aware of it. We know the English content was not translated lately. So there's a new version to translate. If you go into the target language publication, you will see that it's also displaying that it's out of date. So you can do a pull translation from there. And it's just a right click, translate children to send content for translation. Then you choose your target, tick the box, and you're good to go. The workflow selection is there, where you can choose between empty and translation plus review. And a few things changed in the way we edit pages. So the buttons changed location. It was on the right hand side, now it's over here on the left, so it's quicker to get to if you want to edit a page, and it's less confusing because if you're editing a page and a component, then you will get this time the edit component options on the right and edit page options on the left, so you're not confused. Also, you have the number of items allowed in a particular region, which is a new feature. Item selector gives you thumbnails for images, which is really nice. So if I want to replace an image, I now have this view and make sure I select the right one to replace. Anyway, there's a lot of new cool features in the product, which you can now showcase from this one demo environment.